Hey guys, what's up? Zeke of my house bidding you welcome. I have two packages that I need to open, and I decided I got this one a few days ago, I got this one today. I'll open them both at the same time on camera. Get some candid reactions while we're at it. It's hot. This one is from a good mate, Mr. Cover. I used to call him Mr. C Over because he has the O in his name is a 0, and it always used to weird me out. But Mr. Cover, I'll have the link in the description. Cool guy, check him out. He's... where the hell is he from? New South Wales, an easy to forget place. Alright, he's from New South Wales, and he decided, you know what, I'll do a trade with Seek of my house, get my name out there, isn't that right? I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know, it's been a few days since I filmed a video, so I think I'll film this one later. No, not film. What am I on about today? I'll open that one last. I'll open this one first. Got details blacked out except for that one. That old doohickey Anthony, which is out of the bag. Yes, my name is Anthony. It's a damn fine name. One of the best names I've ever had. Whew, this is a good one. I was bidding on eBay for this, and the bid ended up going to about $9 before I won it, including shipping, so it's a game that I kind of saw and was wondering about and thought, yeah, I'll grab it. It looks like a good kind of Descent type game, and it's one towards the PS1 collection. I had a bit of a conundrum where I considered getting rid of a bunch of my PlayStation 1 titles because they just would not fit on the shelf. There was no more room. But I made a compromise. I'm going to buy a bunch of boxes and just chuck them in them and then chuck them into my cupboard. But we have Xenocracy. I have no idea what this is about. Case is kind of fucked there, which wasn't in the listing, but... whew. Disc is in alright shape, looks to have been resurfaced. Got some weird gunk there, but I'm sure it'll play. If it doesn't, then the guy on eBay will sure as hell be hearing about it, but cool stuff. Looks like a good spaceship shooter in the first person perspective. Kinda like Descent, and I do enjoy Descent. By the way, Descent is now on Steam. And that also reminds me, the Zero Escape series, 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. Number 3 in the trilogy, the one that's supposed to explain everything, is no longer being funded. So unless it can be crowdfunded or something, we're not gonna get a definite answer to what the hell has been going on in 999 or Virtue's Last Reward. So, a little annoyed about that, so... kind of dampened my spirits just a little bit. However, getting packages always brightens me up. And remember, children, always cut away from yourselves. Or hell, if you're a child, you might want to get a parent to open something for you, because it's not a good idea to be handling that stuff. Oh shit, he sent me a note. Son of a bitch, I didn't write you a note. I didn't write you a note, I just sent you the stuff. Alright. I'll read it. To Seeger of my house, enjoy these games, mainly Pokemon Red, because it's a must for every video game collector to have either. You spoiled the pickup in the note, you cunt. To have either Pokemon Red or Blue in the collection. Also, I added some extra stuff as in the Sega 1000 or 3000, whatever it's called. I have a feeling you're going to find the system soon. Jokes in Australia. Yeah, you're right. We find nothing. The chances of me finding an what's it called? A Sega SC3000? No chance. No chance at all. We find nothing, but thanks for the trade, Mr. Cover the Third. I refuse to believe there are 2 other people who would choose the name Mr. Cover. No offense to the name, of course. It's a lovely name, I'm sure. A name that only a mother could love. Holy shit, he did send me some extras. Man, now I feel bad, because I didn't send you anything nearly this good. Who knows, maybe I'll be sending some extra stuff your way. Maybe. Maybe not, if I can be bothered. Bloody hell. You caught me on a bad time. My Atari just broke. Desert Falcon in the box. Nice. And someday I will fix this box. Damn. I'm guessing someone ran over with their car to get it like this, but look at that artwork. Isn't that awesome? I have played Desert Falcon on emulators. It does look okay. Full of Game Gear, Japanese Game Gear, Super Monaco GP. I only have one other Game Gear game, actually. It's in the box, and it's Mappy. Awesome game, Mappy. But I don't even have a working Game Gear anymore. Monaco GP for the... yeah, Sega SC3000. Mate, I'll never find this system. And if I do, it'll cost me $1 million. There's no way I'll ever be able to get one, but thank you anyway. It is greatly appreciated, and I already have this on the Master System, so I can play it. No, wait. I think you can mod your Master System to play those. I'm not sure. Nice. Complete Jungle Book for the Game Boy. I have this for the Master System as well. It's not a bad game. I feel really bad compared to what I sent you. This is... I feel like a horrible human being for sending you the stuff I sent, because it was just stuff I was getting rid of. This is good stuff! Fucking hell! You even put in a box protector! These box protectors are pretty cool. Too bad they cost money, or else I would get some. I just opened that without ruining it. That's probably the first time I've ever done that. Woo! Pokemon Red. Come to think of it, no, I had Pokemon Yellow when I was younger. Still awesome, though. And as you can probably guess, I do not have any Pokemons in the box. The only other Pokemon game I even have is Sapphire. And that was one I found years and years ago. I haven't found one cheaply since then. These box protectors are nice. I might have to look into getting some of those. One that I was very interested in, Magic Boy. Have not played it at all, no idea what it's about, but it's one towards the Super Nintendo collection. And I have gotten some other Super Nintendo games, which I shall be showing later on in the pickup video, so... very cool. McFarlane's Evil Prophecy. Weirdly enough, I have seen this before, but it's always been like $10, which I have never been willing to play. Pay. Mostly because the game's a pile of shit, but appreciated nonetheless. It goes towards the collection. Same with Champions of Norath. If you don't have online play, there's really no point in owning this, because the single player is a bit shit, but still awesome. Starting a GameCube collection with two good ones. Time Splitters 2 and Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2. I have the first one on the N64. Nice. As a person who does not like the GameCube, mostly because of these discs, they're just so fucking small and flimsy. Look at it! It's tiny. Whoever thought they were a good idea? And I don't like the GameCube controller, but if I can get a good collection going, still awesome. And they should work. I'll be trying them out on the Wii later, because I don't own a GameCube console. No real point in owning it. I regret to inform you, mate, but I already own this. Does it really come across that I'm a wrestling fan that badly? That's still awesome. In fact, no, I never watched the matches on these. I don't know why. But that's awesome. That's awesome. I don't think I've watched that since it came out in like 2009. Yeah, 2009. So that's what he sent me. You fucking planes! I swear, I don't live anywhere near an airport, but they always go overhead. Let's try and display these nicely. Display them like they should be displayed. He sent me all of that, and I sent him like 14 nothing PlayStation 1 games. I feel like the bad guy here. This is the first time I've ever gotten the better end of the deal. If you want any more stuff, just tell me. I've got a lot to spare. And I'll be adding this to my notes, which are... Where the hell do I keep them? It's been so long since I've done a trade. Down here, probably. Yep, down there. Now I feel like I need to buy an SC3000. Wonder if there are any on eBay at the moment. I shall check. But that's all for this part of the video. Stay tuned, I do have a little more coming up. This is Seagull of My House. I'm not bidding you farewell, I'm bidding you into the next segment. So, Pokemon Red. Damn. Thanks, man. Thanks, this is really appreciated. I'm a little gobsmacked. Alright, next segment. Thank you very much, Mr. Cover. Check him out in the description below. I will have his link. Talk to the guy. He's a nice guy. Hey guys, I decided why I could be bothered. While I could be bothered, we must use the Queen's English or the King's English. I forget what it's called here in Australia, but I decided while I could be bothered, I would film the rest of this pickup video. I really should put on a better shirt. No one wants to be seeing these pits or these guns, but I'll show you the rest of the stuff I've gotten this week, just while I'm at it. A bit of stuff from eBay, some stuff from Cash Converters, of course. On Saturday I went to a tip shop, so not bad stuff, I guess, but definitely not the best stuff I've ever gotten. However, we actually have some older stuff, which means I could probably call this retro game pickups if I wanted, but nah. So I'll start with a few things I got from eBay. It was both from the same seller. Unfortunately, he came from France.
Bonjour, you cheese-eating surrender monkeys!
Nothing against the French. It's a joke. I swear, these people on the internet never heard of sarcasm, but I got a Super Nintendo game and a Mega Drive game, a late release Mega Drive game actually, which I shall show. But the Super Nintendo game, it reminds me a lot of those racing games published by, what are they called? Human. Published by Human. They published a series called like Heaven Racing or something like that. It's exhaust heat for the Super Nintendo. Awesome stuff. Awesome. I believe this cost me €4 with free shipping, which is €4 with free shipping, which is somewhere around the $7 mark. I don't remember. It's not that I don't remember, I don't do currency conversion very well. I know that in like 2012, £2 was $3, and that's all I remember from schooling. And for some reason, once again, the back is more yellow than the front. I'm starting to believe it's not people swapping them out. Why is this? Is it because people kept them like this all the time? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Yeah, it's an alright game. Uses the Mode 7 thing to its advantage. Or a bit too much in my opinion. It kind of takes away from it. I don't like Mode 7 at all. But the Mega Drive game, it's one that I've actually been wanting for a while. Raised by Dingoes has the Master System version of this, and I believe it's an Australian PAL version, and it's insanely expensive, like $50, $60 easily, but the French/European version of the Mega Drive version, it's cheap as chips. You can get it for $10, free shipping all day, and I got it like somewhere around the £7 mark, I think, with free shipping. And it is Las Strumps, or the Smurfs. Cool little game. It reminds me of Tintin. Tintin in Tibet on the Super Nintendo, in that It's like you're actually watching the cartoon while you're playing it. The animation is very smooth. It's not complete, but something I thought some people might get a kick out of. Look at all those languages. Old languages, new languages, languages I'm sure don't even exist anymore or never existed. All on this cartridge. This could be the secret to the Da Vinci Code, people. And just something I thought was kind of cool that the person sent me with it. It was a thing for a website they're associated with that deals with reproductions and stuff. You can kind of get a idea of what they do on the back. Looks kind of cool. I think someone like Lee Chapman would appreciate this. Seems like they have a few Atari Jaguar things, mate. Oh, the Atari Jaguar. Still has games made for it today. People say the Dreamcast is good because it's been going on. Atari Jaguar has been going strong since 1993. Well, not strong, but you know what I'm saying. Yes, this. I went to Cash Converters and JB Hi-Fi, which are pretty much right next to each other where I go to them at Indooroopilly. I really gotta stop dropping hints as to where I live. Who knows who's watching these videos? Someone might be trying to take my collection right from under me. I doubt it, but Cash Converters hadn't restocked, so Slims were picking. I have to find out when they restock. I need to just ask if they have anything in the back, which I have been doing lately, but I don't know. It seems they haven't been getting too much stuff ever since they got those copies of Super Smash Bros. In, which they sold instantly. Like, the day they were put out for $5 each, all three of them were sold within an hour of opening. And I was there. I could have got them the day before because I asked, person at the counter told me, oh, we're putting out some good stuff tomorrow, like a week's worth of backstock. Would you like to take a look at it and purchase them? I'm like, nah, I don't have the money on me. I'm an idiot. But I did pick up an Xbox exclusive, one that's, it's not bad from what I've heard. I played the demo of the first one. It is MechAssault 2 Lone Wolf. I was about to say Lion's Den for some reason. I've been watching too much classic WWF, and the Lion's Den match between Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman is terrible. But for $3, I didn't think it was too bad. It's all in there. I say $3. $3. Well, 3 bones, $3. I'm not sure what else we use to denounce currency. 3 bananas, maybe? I don't know. Also grabbed a DVD from there for only $2. It's a X-Rental, which I'll be swapping it out for an actual case, not this weird rental case. But Gremlins 2, the new batch on DVD. You might remember I almost dropped that, the VHS copy quite a while ago, and watched it, and I've watched this one now. Great movie. Not as good as Gremlins 1, but Gremlins 1 is hard to top. It really, really is. And I liked what they did with that one, where they made it a bit more goofy, not as dark as the other one. You know, there's no gremlins frying in a blender in that one. That was all I got from Cash Converters, surprisingly. And I will be going out tomorrow. I will be going to another Cash Converters, or yep, just one Cash Converters, which should be interesting. I might find some good stuff. I'll be taking my camera and recording, which means I'll get to make a video game hunting video. Imagine that. I need some strepsils. Seems like that's what's been happening in my videos lately. I'll get on a roll, I'll cough, and then I'll stop. I need to have like a glass of water right here like Sandom Todd does, or he keeps like a flask of something. I don't know what he keeps in that, but alright, from JB Hi-Fi, I was in there, not really finding much. I decided, you know what, I'll go look at Okami. Maybe they've lowered the price on it. They have Okami on the Wii for $19, I believe. It's been there for a while. I don't think anyone's gonna buy it ever. I'm waiting for them to lower the price on it. If they ever do, I'll buy it. If they lower it to like 12 or 15, I'll get it, but 19 is just a little high. I'd buy it at 19 if I cared about it enough, but I have played it on the PlayStation 2. It's not a great game, to be honest. I need a Strepsil. It's not a great game, to be honest. It's it's got a lot of hype, more hype than it really should, so I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it. A lot of people compare it to Legend of Zelda, which I also don't really like, so that could be a possible reason. But next to the Wii games, they have the DS and 3DS games. I just looked at this one, not thinking it would be low enough for me to buy, but for $5, Super Monkey Ball 3D, I believe. No, he picked up Spy Hunter. I was going to say Deperio Productions picked up this, but he didn't. $5. You know what? I will get that drink of water that I need. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I need to go to the doctors or something. This is getting ridiculous. Super Monkey Ball 3D for $5. I remember when this came out. I think it came out with the release of the system back in like 2011 or something. But people shat on this because it was boring. I don't know, it looks alright to me. No club points. So, sorry anyone who wanted to nick those from me. And the last thing, last bag. I went to a tip shop, which is the first one I've been to in ages. And of course, by YouTubers' law, the only time you will find something is when you don't bring your camera to film it. I don't really find much at this store usually, so I didn't think I'd find anything this time, but they had a bunch. They had Atari games, they had a few Super Nintendo games, they had a bunch of original PlayStation games. Looking back, I should have picked up more at the price they were asking. They had games I'd never even seen before, you know, like things for the video pack, that thing. Which I don't even know what system that is. It just said video pack. I'm like, what? I also had a few systems, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, stuff like that. They had a PlayStation 1 in the box, but I already have 2 of them. Don't need another one. Here was the kicker though. For cartridge-based stuff, they wanted $10 each. Which I was not happy to pay, but at the same time, in my head, I was going, you know what? Nah. If I was to go on eBay or something, I'd be paying more than this, plus shipping. So I'll swallow my pride, and I'll grab 2. One of them's worth it, and one of it's not. The one that was worth it, which was pretty cool, Toy Story on the Super Nintendo. This game is impossible. I can't get past the first level, I swear. There's something about it. You can't attack enemies properly. You can lasso something and then throw that at enemies, but you don't find anything to lasso. But I've heard it has a lot of cool different things. It has 3 different styles of play. First one is a side-scroller. Second one is like a first-person Doom type level, which sounds kind of cool. And the third one is a racing game. So I'll give this a bit more of a try, just to see if I can get anywhere. And this is former property of Blockbuster Video at Albany Creek. Blockbuster never really took off in Australia. I mean, yeah, it was around, but compared to stuff like Video 2000 and Video Easy, it wasn't as prominent. Because on Tuesdays, places like Video Easy and Video 2000 would have videos or DVDs for $1, which you could rent. Blockbuster never had that, so you'd get a huge amount of traffic on Tuesdays to those rental stores, but never any traffic to Blockbuster. And yet they've all closed down except for Blockbuster, so whatever they were doing must have worked. Also grabbed a Super Famicom game, which I'm going to use with my Retron 5 when it arrives, and I had memorized this in my head so that I would know what it was called. But for the love of me, I've forgotten. Not for the love. It is Valentine's Day, so for the love of me, not for the life of me. Are you spending Valentine's Day alone? I know I am. Alone and with a really bad cold. That I should probably go to the doctors for, but too expensive. A game by Hudson Soft in 1993. I looked it up just using the thing at the top. It is whatever that says. I'm sure somebody watching knows what it says, but I don't. I looked it up. It's an RPG, which is probably why nobody picked it up. It's kind of cheap. It's part of a trilogy on the Super Nintendo. You can get the entire trilogy for $15 shipped on eBay. So I was kind of jibbed on that one, but for $10 each, those Super Nintendo games, I was happy to get them. I know I say it all the time, and it's usually not true, but I just don't see that kind of stuff all the time. The fact that I've been getting a couple of Mega Drive games here and there, and a couple of Super Nintendo, a few Master System games here and there has been really good. I think this year is starting off fantastic for me. It's just been made even better because I can finally... Where's my copy of it? I'm going to be here forever looking for this thing. Ah, here it is. For the longest time, I had this copy of Dreams for the PlayStation 1. It's a kind of bad game. It's a platformer where you can fly and you play as different characters, but it's very interesting, which is why I kept it. But it was never in an original PlayStation 1 thing, and it never had... It was just never in an original thing, so I was always kind of hesitant to keep it. And the back insert was never the real insert. So when I found a normal copy, which I thought I was going to be paying $10 for, and I was happy to pay, I got up to the counter, and she counted out $10.10 for the Super Nintendo game, so $20, but she looked at this one and said $3. Don't know what was going through my head, but I didn't think to put a Super Nintendo game back and go and get more PlayStation stuff. Next time I go there, I probably will, if it's there at all, which it probably won't be. So, very happy to get a normal copy of that. I believe it's all complete. Yep, it's all complete in nice shape. And that was $3. And that was I don't even remember grabbing this, but a manual for Crash 3 Warped. That was all awesome. I was very happy to get all of that stuff. I would call this week a success purely because I got some retro stuff. And this year has been starting off really well, so now it is story time with Sega of My House. What have I been playing recently, you may ask? Well, I finished Silent Hill 3, which you all saw. Well, a full 18 people saw, according to the video views, which I don't mind. It wasn't something that was ever supposed to get views, it was just something I wanted to upload to share with everybody, because it was the first time I had ever finished the game. I had looked up playthroughs before, but had never played it myself. And I'd never recommend looking up playthroughs for something you're interested in playing in its entirety, especially if it's a horror game, because that can ruin it. But in the coming weeks, I might try and start playing Silent Hill 4, which I have played and finished, but don't really remember much of it. I remember first-person sections where you're in a room, and I think that was kind of the entire gimmick of the game, that there was someone, like, plastered onto the wall or something. I don't remember. I have playing on there, which you might have been hearing, or if you can't hear it, you hear it now. It is Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway. I have played the other Brothers in Arms games, so Road to Hill 30 and 40th Day. I believe those are the two Brothers in Arms series. The other two games in the series, very good games. I enjoy them very much. I haven't started playing Hell's Highway yet because I have been concentrating on playing Bayonetta. James Link, I asked you to play that. Where is it on your channel? I must be like 3 hours ahead of you because you haven't started playing it. But I've kind of stopped playing that one because it's hard. Even on medium, it's hard. I don't want to go down to easy, but some enemies that I have no problem killing on easy, on medium, on hard, just make it impossible. You have to do a bunch of counters in that game. It is very difficult to start getting combos together, especially if you're just button mashing like I am. I've kept you all too long, haven't I? I might as well say it now. This is Steve at my house bidding you farewell. I will not waste any more of your time and stay out of my thrift stores.